Back in Sussex, Sarah's one step closer to making a towel rail from the box of old taps. But she still has to source a wooden back panel that will eventually fix the rail to the wall. But luckily, Sarah's a hoarder of all things, well, of all things. And after a quick trip to the shed, she usually finds something she can work with.
I'm trying to find a backboard that I can mount the whole towel rail on. And I had this bed, in fact a pair of beds that I have had for about 5 years, and they are completely broken, they've fallen apart. But I've always loved the wood and thought one day I might use it in a project. So that will work really well. It's really heavy, it must be mahogany or something. And it's old, I think it's French. It's a really good green colour. And that, I think, with all that copper and gold, pretty much untouched, will be perfect.
So, with the back panels scavenged from herself, it's time for Sarah to plug in those power tools. She's using an electric jigsaw to cut the old bed frame the correct length for the towel rail. Next, it's time for the power drill. She's using a flat wood drill bit, which is perfect for bigger holes.
Hopefully that's all right.
Quite an achievement for just over an hour's worth of work. But will anyone buy it? Sarah spent just £12 on extra metal fittings to attach the rail to the backboard. So she's got to make more than £12 from it, surely. Meanwhile, back at the forge, Beex and Dave are about to start the process of turning the bath from something you lie in to something you'll want to sit on.
Are we just cutting it in half?
Sarah was hoping to get 2 saleable seats out of it, one from each end. But do the team think it's a possibility?
We've never done anything with a bath before.
Apart from washed ourselves after work. And then it's pretty grubby.
It can't be worse than that. Or maybe it can. Beck starts by drawing up plans for the frame. But what can they do to make it not so bathy?
There's got to be something about the design that moves it on from being half a bath in a frame to a considered chair.
What about if we made a big frame and turned it into a swing? A bucket swing. No.
Maybe keep on thinking. Dave gets to work cutting the first seat from the plug hole end. Dave's very careful not to chip away at the enamel, which could spoil the finish. Once it's removed, he'll have a better idea of what needs to be done next. But first off, how are you going to plug off the plug hole?
Why don't we get a plug?
Genius.
Put a plug in there.
Yeah, a bit quirky.
Yeah. And get some taps.
That'd be uncomfortable. That would be like how I have a bath. Somebody else gets the comfy end. Too much information.
You said it. But you know the old saying, the couple that bathes together stays together.
Okay.
In the interest of keeping costs low, Beex and Dave are using scrap iron they had lying about, which they are bending into curves to form the base the bath will rest upon.
With this, again, because we're working to a budget, you know, we can't really order in, you know, the steel that we need, so we're just looking to see what we can use. So it's really testing your design ability. You know, you're not sort of sat down drawing it out, you know, having a big sort of conversation with a client. You're literally, right, here it is, let's get on with it.
I can see this starting to come together. Sawing the bath in half has left a sharp edge on the seat, but Bex is hoping to keep it as is.
We'll test it out at the end with bare legs.
Your legs?
Yeah, have to shave them first.
Still too much information. Bex is welding extra support beams to the base, as the curved steel will be too soft to support some people's bottoms. While Dave is giving the bath a paint job. But it's taken a lot to get to this stage with time running out. So, instead of 2 bath seats, it looks like Sarah will just be getting 1.
We were going to build the front and the back one, but again, it's taken us longer, as per usual. So we'll probably have to give her a call and let her know what's going on.
To be honest, as long as it doesn't cost a fortune to construct, I'm sure Sarah will be happy. Back at the barn, Sarah has downed power tools and is nearing the end of her own restoration project. She's attached the rail and bits of old taps to the wooden back panel, and now is nailing more bits of broken bed to the sides for a classy finish. When Sarah found the old taps, they were headed for the skip. But now, it's a modern, funky towel rail. Sarah used matching black steam valve handles that make the piece more industrial than domestic. The extra materials Sarah used were compression joints, which form an L shape attaching the rail to the backboard. And the backboard? Well, it was an old bed, but I think it does the job nicely. All in all, a quick and effective turnaround, Sarah.
Just for a change, I have to say, that was refreshingly fun to make. It's really quite simple if you're using any of these compression joints that you can get at plumbers merchants, because they literally tighten up together and give you a really secure join. Probably not waterproof if you don't really know what you're doing, but certainly good enough for making this kind of thing. So probably all in all, it was only about an hour and a half to make, and I only spent £12 on materials. So hopefully, enough here to make some profit.
I'm sure you'll find some plumbing lover to buy it for more than £12. So go on, get it sold. Back at the dump, Sarah loved the look of Elizabeth's old box and asked if she could tinker with her taps.
That would be really nice, yes. I'm just only too pleased for them to be reused.
Sarah was smitten.
Look at that absolute box of joy. These are just fantastic.
And Elizabeth was happy to say goodbye to the old relics.
We moved into our house many, many years ago, and they've just been in the garage ever since. But brilliant if they're going to be reused.
Sarah's sold the towel rail to a trendy London shop, and now she's back in Guildford to show Elizabeth what she's done to her husband's taps, and to hand over any profit.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hi, Elizabeth, it's Sarah from The Tip. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
I just thought I'd update you about what happened with your taps.
Yes, right.
Were you wondering what we might do with them?
Well, I couldn't think of anything, actually. Just old taps to me.
Yeah, well, we had, it was actually something that I worked on. So I had a good look at them, and I was thinking about all sorts of things, maybe turn them into lighting or something like that.
Oh.
But in the end, I thought that it's probably better to keep them in the kind of water environment. So I turned them into a towel rail.
Oh, my goodness.
What do you think?
That's amazing, isn't it? Yes.
I know these were your late husband's.
Yes.
I hope he would approve. They've actually...
He would. He would.
So after the stuff has been made, we try and sell it, and they were actually sold for £75.
Goodness me.
What do you think about that? Do you think...
I can't believe it.
And from that £75, I've got £63 to give to you. So let me...
Oh, thank you very much. I'll send that to his charity.
Did he support a particular charity?
Well, we had two, because he had dementia. He used to go to a day centre, so half of the money went there, and the rest went to a place called the Rainbow Centre, where my little grandson attends for disabled children.
Sarah's rustic take on a towel rail cost just £12. The item didn't hang around too long and was picked up for £75, giving Elizabeth a chance to spread some love with the £63 profit.
Thank you very, very much.
Absolute pleasure.
So, while Elizabeth heads off to spend the spoils from the towel rail, we're back in Margate, where Sarah's about to pop in on Rupert and finally find out what his super secret surprise is. When we left him, there were talks of rotisserie chicken barbecues and all sorts. Now Rupert's putting on the finishing touches. So hurry up, Sarah, and get in there. The wait is killing me.
I love it here at Rupert's place because I think, like me, he might be a bit of a hoarder. I can't wait, though, to see what he's done with our sewing machine table because when I last left him, he was scratching his head and he hadn't got a single idea about what he's going to do with it. So, who knows?
Before, the old crumbling sewing machine was no use to anyone. Now it's a very cool, functional work table with a desk fan that is operated by the original foot pedal. Rupert, you're bonkers. Rupert used a very simple finish to the metal to maintain some of its history. A clear wax on the tabletop brings out the natural grain of the scavenged wood. But the secret surprise of the day is that fan. Rupert has rigged the original Victorian engineering to turn the blades with a push of your foot. It's a one of a kind.
Hiya.
Welcome back.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Yeah, really. Hey, is that my sewing machine surprise?
So do you want to see it?
Yeah, go on then.
It's
Come on.
a sewing machine surprise because it doesn't actually have a sewing machine anymore.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I thought maybe a rotisserie chicken, maybe a giant pencil sharpener, lots of things that I spent a lot of this week failing at, and then I decided, on a hot day in the workshop, what better than a fan?
I absolutely love it. Let's see it in action.
Yeah, so there's a little hidden hole under here.
Okay.
And so now for the pedal, I'll get it going.
It's genius.
Well, it's, I just really wanted to use the action somehow. The sewing machine itself had completely seized up. There are some bits missing internally, like someone had already taken parts off of it. So I started looking at it and realised it's all about the bass. The bass is a real classic.
Yep, Rupert's bringing booty back with his big, beautiful bass. Go on, Sarah, give it a whirl. I don't know who's going to buy it, but it sure looks like a lot of fun. And all for only £200. Sarah might be laughing all the way to the bank. Back at the dump, Sarah was poring over Philillip's ancient sewing machine.
I think it's been probably around for about 40, 50 years.
Sarah wanted to do something extraordinary with it,
The challenge will be to make something that's really amazing and quite different.
even if Philillip didn't.
Hopefully, if she's a good girl, she'll learn to sew on it.
And after I don't know how many cups of tea, Rupert lived up to the challenge and he certainly made something different. Sarah invited one of London's top retro furniture dealers in to see if it would be something that would sell in his shop, the old cinema.
It's good, it's interesting, it's really fun, isn't it? I love this. Does it work? Yes, it does.
He was blown away by its originality, but questioned who would buy such a thing.
It can't go into someone's home. I couldn't sell it. But I love it.
He took it anyway. Sarah's returned to Guildford to tell Philillip that his sewing machine became a foot-powered fan and to hand over the profit.
Hello again.
We must stop meeting like this.
Well, it's much nicer here than the tip, isn't it?
It is, it is.
Now, I remember when I met you at the tip, you were clearing out lots and lots of stuff. You had a van full of it, didn't you?
Unfortunately, yes, this is true.
I thought there were all sorts of interesting things in there. And the piece that actually was really heavy, but I'm glad that we took, was your sewing machine and the table that went with it.
Do you know, I was so glad you took it as well. It was such a relief to have somebody help me off the van with that. And it's got nothing to do with age. I deny it entirely.
But we did take it to an amazing young designer called Rupert Blanchard, and he created the world's first table with a fan on it using the mechanism from your sewing machine.
Oh, that is brilliant. Actually, I was completely not expecting that. That is so funny. I mean, it was going to be thrown onto a dump and you saved it. Well done, you.
I'm delighted to say that somebody bought the rather useless, useful piece of equipment that Rupert managed to create. And a lovely round number. I've got £100 here to give to you for the fan table. So it's money for nothing for you to do with whatever you'd like to do with that.
I really don't know what to say, but I mean, I was about to throw the whole thing away, and to get this back, absolutely brilliant.
It was lovely to see you again, Philip, and I'll see you at the tip.
Rupert's labour and materials came to £200. It was sold for £300, giving Philip a profit of £100.
Well, that's another unusual transformation that I think got approval. I think it's fair to say that Philip is now a big fan.
Oh, Sarah, shame on you. Sarah's had success with Rupert's fan table, but it's time for our bathing blacksmiths to reveal what they've been up to. Beex and Dave are putting the finishing touches to their bright blue bath chair.
Just leave that dangling down the back.
Ah, little plug holes, isn't that nice?
Look at that!
Not bad. Quite pleased with that.
Well done, you two.
I have seen baths made into furniture before. I have a feeling what I'm about to look at has never been done before.
When Sarah brought it to them, it wasn't fit for any bathroom. But now, it's a bathing beauty. Beex and Dave have really outdone themselves with this piece of funky furniture. I didn't know they had it in them. The base of the chair has been welded, riveted and soldered to support the bath securely when sat on. They applied an undercoat primer to the enamel to ensure a smooth finish, and the bright blue paint harks back to its watery past. And to finish it all off, the plug hole features are just lovely.
It is amazing. It's really modern and really funky, isn't it?
We didn't want to keep the bath just the white bath colour. And, you know, I wanted to have that feeling of water. And
Oh, look, I love the chain.
Sarah's even brought her own little cushion to give it her own test drive.
It's comfortable as well, isn't it?
yeah, it makes you smile because it's got humour attached to it, but also in a very cool sort of way. So, because I keep feeling really chuffed with it.
How much to spend, I don't care.
Wow, that's the first time I've heard Sarah say that. And just as well, because Beex and Dave have gone slightly over budget with this one, racking up £400 worth of labour costs, plus about 80 quid's worth of paint. Sarah will be looking to slap a high price tag on this when it comes to be sold.
So just in case that wasn't clear, I absolutely love that chair. It might be over budget, but as far as I'm concerned, it's got bags of style and it should sell really well. It is an inspired piece of design.
That was a brilliant reaction. I mean, it is quite a striking piece. It's still got the bathy feel about it, but, you know, in a quite cool way. It was good, yeah, really pleased with the blue. The blue was a good choice, wasn't it? And the brown. The brown was a good choice too. Have another. Yeah.
Back at the dump,
I wonder if I'm going to be able to have that. Look at that.
Emma wanted shot of her old bath, trading it in for a new model.
It's actually cheaper to buy.
And a whole new one.
Sarah had grand plans for it,
I reckon if I made 2 armchairs.
and Emma agreed.
I'm thinking she's going to make some kind of weird 60s seats or something.
And that's kind of exactly what they became. Kind of. Now Sarah's back in Surrey to show Emma what Beex and Dave have achieved.
Emma. Hi there, Sarah from the Tip.
Nice to see you.
And you, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very well. I've just got some pictures to show you of what we did with your bath.
Oh, lovely.
We took it to Guildford to this fantastic artist blacksmith who's called Beex Simon.
Oh, wow.
And she and her husband have been doing some lovely things with this. And your bath has been turned into a somewhat glamorous, I would say,
Oh, my gosh.
seat.
Oh, my...
It has been completely sprayed blue, all
Yeah.
the stuff that was, all
Oh,
the white
that's
bits of it,
lovely.
and they have made a lovely frame for it, and they kept some of the little quirky bits on it, like the chain and the plug and that kind of thing. What do you think?
I'm amazed, utterly amazed.
Normally at this point I'd like to say, I've sold your bath and I'm here to give you some money for nothing, but as of yet your bath hasn't sold. If it does, or when it does I should
Yeah.
say, it would be great to be back in touch and I'll be handing over some money for nothing for you.
So, despite this wonderful transformation by Beex and Dave, the search continues to find this unique chair a new home. But with costs of $480 spent and no income generated, this could be a potential loss for Sarah of £480.
If they do make any money out of it, which would be absolutely lovely, I would like to give any profit to the RSPCA in Wormley for Donkeys and Horses Sanctuary. I think they're overrun with little ponies and donkeys that need some extra care, and a bit of cash would be lovely.
Well, Emma loved what we did with her old bath, which is always a relief. And now I've got to redouble my efforts to sell it because the money would be going to such a great cause.
So, Sarah's managed to save 3 unwanted items from the jaws of destruction.
3 fabulous transformations that have come so far since we left the Tip. The bath is now a stylish seat, the old sewing machine, a hip desk with extras, and the taps, they haven't left the bathroom, but they have got a whole new purpose. It just goes to show. Once again, with a little ingenuity, you can make some money for nothing.